Yo, this Diligent, you know what I'm saying, straight out of Southwest Atlanta. Most people may remember me from Grind Time Now, the Georgia division. You know, when Grind Time was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying. Did that for about 2 years from '09 to 2011. So Diligent in the building, Southwest Atlanta. You know, I think my inspiration is different from a lot of artists that you'll interview. Mine goes back to junior high school. In middle school, I attended school with Criss Cross and with Young Dro, with Rocco the Don and Polo the Don, who's the producer. But when Criss Cross came out in '92 with Jump, that was the biggest inspiration for me to start, you know, rapping, just to see my friends make it big and all the success they attained during that time. When Criss Cross went on the Michael Jackson tour was a real big thing to me because, again, I mean, just seeing somebody you grew up with, because we actually went to elementary school together as well. So just seeing them break out and put Atlanta on the map the way they did, and also when Outkast and Goody Mob and the whole Dungeon family came out, I think that was just a big turning point in hip hop for Atlanta. So that was like, you know, between '92 and '94, that was probably a big turning point. A lot of people may know Coco Brother, Corey Condrick. He had a segment on Hot 1079, a Freestyle Friday segment from 6 to 10. And so I went down there and auditioned and I banged that out for 10 weeks. And so that was back in 2002. And so did that for 10 weeks with Coco Brother Show and then generated that buzz, you know, from the radio side. But then after that, Arnell Starr, rest in peace to Arnell Starr, he had a show called American Music Makers. And in 2003, he had an undisputed MC competition. And it was surrounded, you know, doing when 8 Mile came out and everything. So a lot of people locally knew about his show. So he did this undisputed MC battle. And I won that as well. That was in 2003. And so by that time, you know, my name, and they put the face with the name, and it started getting around the city. But I think the biggest thing is 2005 when I did on 106 and Park. As far as I know, I think I'm the first Atlanta native to do Freestyle Friday, being born and raised in Atlanta. And I battled Sonny, who ended up retiring, but I battled him in his last week on 106 and Park, and I know it got several million views. So they're totally supportive. My wife, Nikki, she's always been supportive of my music, even before we got married, when we were dating. And my children, my daughter, Angel, who's 14 now, she really supports what I do. And my son, Corey Jr., CJ, he's 5, and they just been really supportive. And not only my immediate family, but also my father and, you know, my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my cousins, and just everybody just been real supportive. I think when they saw me do 106, they saw how serious I was about doing music. A lot of times my music, I refrain from using profane language. The only time you saw that was when I was battling, before I retired from battling. But yeah, I most definitely have a responsibility because we have other generations behind us, and the thing that people got to realize that music is forever. So once I'm gone and other artists are gone, your music is still there. And so I definitely think I have a responsibility. One of the biggest things is when I was 21, my mother passed away. And being the only child of my mother, that was a big, big obstacle. And then you fast forward to 2010, I lost my grandfather, who was my mother's father. Losing him to cancer was a tough thing, and even losing my older brother, I lost my oldest brother in 2011. So things like that, you know, it makes you stronger, but at the same time, they're still difficult to overcome, because at the end of the day, you know, outside of the Diligent persona, I'm still a person, I'm still Corey, you know. And so things like that, and just most recently with Chris Kelly from Criss Cross passing away back in May, was just a huge blow, not only to Chris Smith and his family, but, you know, to all of us who we looked up to them, you know, to see them make it, you know, which I said earlier, 12 years old. So to see him pass away, and it's still tough to this day. I think about him every day. So rest in peace to Chris Kelly. Freestyle Friday stands out. But more importantly than that, just for Grind Time, for Mad Ills and D-Red and Lush for coming together and creating Grind Time now and allowing the artists like myself to get over 100,000 views collectively on all my battles. And I just really appreciate Grind Time for that, for D-Red and Mad Ills, for building that platform and just allowing us to have a Georgia division with Deuce and with Sid Vicious. So that's probably one of the biggest things. I really appreciate that. I just want people to remember Diligent as just an artist from Atlanta who just really followed his passion and followed his first love of music. With the 2 albums that I have out right now, which is Live from Campbellton Road, you can Google that, and also SWAT Atlanta, Sanctified with Anointed Talent. I just want those albums just to be really appreciated. The hard work that went into both projects, I just, want people to just admire and just appreciate the work.